welcome to my Patreon. I'm so glad you found us here. My name is Jill and I am an artist, teacher, and maker. And my work tends to move between painting, handmade books, paper objects, field notes, kind of just whatever form or idea my ideas insist on taking, really. So this space is really a lot less about staying in one lane and more about sharing the real shape of a lived art project, sort of the messy, meaningful middle of making art. Here I'm going to share works that I have in progress, maybe some sketches, some things that are happening in the studio, maybe some process notes, some finished pieces, unfinished pieces, but most importantly, the stories that live inside of these pieces. Some projects that I do begin with travel, some with memory, some with found objects or materials, history, ritual, grief, a lot about grief, or, sometimes you're just stubborn and you have to make things. I mean, that's the big part of it all, right? I find myself coming back to the same question over and over in my art practice, which is, how do we take where we've been geographically, emotionally, spiritually, and then create a tangible connection back to it? When my husband and I studied abroad in Ireland, I did this really funny thing where I brought rocks from the Pacific Northwest and swapped them with rocks that were in Ireland. And one of them lives in a sacred space. And so whenever I am missing Ireland, I feel like I can kind of remember that rock and sort of go back into that space where I tucked it. I'm not even gonna tell you where I tucked it because it's mine, right? It's my personal thing. But how do we create those connections back to those places, right? How do paint, paper, objects, and ritual become a way of carrying that memory forward? Even if you're not going to other countries, there are places, there are spaces, there are things in this world that sort of help you to remember what's happening. And you want to keep those moments precious, right? Those are things that you want to carry with you for the rest of your life. So if you're here for paintings and paper and relics and sketches and process and field notes and experience and the stories that are sort of behind the object, then I'm really glad you're here. And I can't wait to walk this journey with you.